Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing okay. I am doing okay, though I've been through a couple of setbacks in the past few weeks, and I think I'm going to talk about some of them, and then I'll proceed with part. This is supposed to be part two of the previous episode. I had so many questions, and I did not want to do a long episode, so it's going to be part two with some more interesting questions that I'm going to answer. These questions are going to touch more on my opinions, what I think about certain things, and so forth, and so on and so forth. I was going to say and so forth and so on. Anyways, guys, I have been through a lot in regards to getting my driving license, or what as Ugandans like to call the driving permit. As harass or whatever they call it is harassing its clients by withholding people's receipts. Now, the process is like when you're done with your IOV test, wherever you enrolled for the driving classes. Most driving schools have different branches in different districts, different towns. So I got mine from Kansanga. I enrolled from the Kansanga branch of Haras. Let me just say Harus because it's what I've been calling it. And so when it came to giving them my money and taking my money from me, they were so quick to remind me, because I paid in 2 installments. And then when it came to getting my receipt, because they're supposed to give you a receipt that you're supposed to go take to UDLS, which is Uganda Driving Licensing System Services. I don't remember, but yeah, UDLS, and then you take your receipt to UDLS because your receipt is what shows. It's like proof that you paid for the license, you paid for the test. So these people don't want to give me my receipt. First of all, they had their headquarters in Ntinda. So when I went to Ntinda, it had been, because I first started calling. I spent months calling, trying to figure out, like, you guys, what's happening? And they told me, oh, we're going to help you, we're going to help you. Nothing happened. Fast forward to several months later, I'm like, let me just go to the headquarters in Ntinda. When I reached Ntinda, they were not there. I was like, have I been scammed? So we asked some people there, some builders that were working on some construction there, and they told us that, oh, this guy's moved to Chanja. So when I went to Chanja, it was so hard finding them because they didn't have any signposts up, no signage whatsoever. So we went around in circles. I used a lot of transportation. I was on a border. Great. It was a lot. Then when I finally got there, this chick is telling me, write your name in the book. We're going to work on you. Come back next week on Tuesday. So I go back the next week on Tuesday. I told me to sit down. I wait from morning after evening and nothing is done. At this point, I'm getting so frustrated. I'm like, guys, what's happening? So the next day was going to be a public holiday. So they told me, come back the other day, the day after tomorrow. I'm like, okay. But I told them, like, I'm spending a lot of money coming all the way here. Can you just send me a picture of my receipt or like a PDF file of my receipt so that I don't have to come back all the way here? They were like, yeah, it's okay, we'll do it. By 3 p.m. you'll have your receipt. Thursday comes, nothing. And I get so frustrated. I call the chick, I send her messages. I'm like, what's happening? She's like, madam, we're going to send you. And that goes on for like 3 more days. And I get so frustrated. I actually abuse her, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I was so angry, I blocked her number, and up to now I'm just trying to figure out, like, what should I do? Definitely going to the police is an option, but African things, Ugandan things, you have to pay money, give some money to the police to come and help you, and I'm still trying to figure out whether I want to do that or to just give up and start the process fresh. But overall, that stressed me out in the past weeks. And then there are other few setbacks that I don't even want to get into. But just know, sometimes service providers can really take you for laps, and it's crazy. It's really crazy. So yeah, the past few weeks have been quite crazy on my end, but I'm alive, and I am blessed to be alive. I am blessed to have food on my table. I'm blessed to have a job. I'm blessed to have people that love me, people that check in on me. I am blessed nonetheless. So pray for me that I am able to sort this out. But without further ado, let me get into the questions. I apologize for the background noise. There's really nothing I can do about it. It's funny, like the past few hours have been so quiet, but the moment I start recording, the noise decides to come through. So forgive me for that. Question number 1, part 2. Do you think closure is real, or do people just get tired and move on? I think both statements are true, but for me, I think closure is very real. I prefer getting closure before I move on. Closure helps me answer many questions. I could give a scenario of being ghosted. I have an episode about ghosting, and up to now, I've never been given closure. This person ghosted me like over, I'd say 4 years ago, but up to now, sometimes I still wonder like what happened. Why did they stop talking to me? Why did they just disappear? Stuff like that. Even when I see them online, or like I just start to wonder like what happened. So yes, closure would have been amazing to just get to know, like have answers to some of the questions. But if I do not get the closure, it's okay. I will still move on. It won't hold me back. I might have a few delays, but I will move on nonetheless. And then there's that closure that is not healthy. The closure that if you get it, it just takes you 100 steps back. So that's the kind of closure that I'm against. And this is very common with couples that have broken up, and then they try to get closure, and then they end up into like this situation kind of thing, like, are we back together, are we not, and which becomes really toxic. So it really depends on the kind of closure that I'm looking for, but overall I prefer getting some closure because it's really helpful with my moving on process. Okay, question number 2. Can two people genuinely love each other and still be completely wrong for each other? 100% yes. I completely agree. There are people who just have chemistry, and okay, yeah, they love each other and whatnot, but they're toxic for each other. Yeah, they don't have the same principles. They don't align. They're unequally yoked. Yes, it's possible to love somebody and not be the person for them. It's a very sad thing, but it's one of those things that can keep people in very toxic cycles for years, and it keeps you from meeting the person that you're supposed to be with because you think that love is all that matters. Love is all that you need. But no. But no, so yeah, two people can genuinely love each other and not be good for each other. There's so many factors involved. And so I think it's one of those things that you have to be very honest with yourselves and sit down and talk about it and be like, and really look deep within yourselves and see that, man, are we really compatible? Like if we remove love from the equation, what else, how else can we serve ourselves? How healthy are we for each other? Do our principles align? Are we willing to choose each other? Are we willing to compromise certain things? Are we willing to accept each other in certain ways? Are we willing to work through hard things, hardships? So many things. So that's definitely something to think about if you're in such a situation with your partner. Yeah, talk about it. Really, talk about it. Question number 3. Should boyfriends give their girlfriends money? Oof! I might get some hate for this one. Should boyfriends give their girlfriends money? I think for me the question is, can boyfriends give their girlfriends money? And the answer to the question is yes, they can. But should, that means it's obligatory, and I'm quite against that. It's really nice to have a generous significant other. I'm not saying that people should be stingy. No. I think when you love someone, you really want, that's one of the factors actually for me that helped me realize that I really like this person is when I just want to take care of them. I want to buy for them stuff. I just want to spoil them crazy. Yeah, so there's really nothing like stinginess in relationships because you just want to take care of this person. So yeah, let's first keep that as a foundation, as a base, that in my world stinginess does not exist when it comes to a relationship. But when it comes to like obligations, no, my significant other, my boyfriend, is not obligated to give me money because he is not my father. Okay. He's not my dad. He did not give birth to me. He's not obligated to take care of me in that form. You understand? He's not obligated to pay my school fees. He's not obligated to send me money for nails, for hair, for what. No, that's not his job. That is not his job. But if he wants to, if he really feels like he wants to take care of me, then go ahead, baby boy. Go ahead. Send me that money. Send me that cash. Send me those dollars. I will receive them. I will receive them with love, and I will receive the princess treatment. But it's not your obligation to take care of me like that. It's not your obligation to send me hundreds of dollars or allowances every single month. But I would appreciate it if you did. If you did, great. Would I be worried if he never got me anything? I think I would, especially the fact that for me, if I'm in a relationship, I'm going to definitely buy stuff for my boyfriend. I'm going to send him stuff. I might even send him flowers once in a while because even men deserve flowers, okay? Even men deserve flowers. So it would be kind of like okay, I'm spending on you, but you're not spending on me. So yeah, I would definitely have like a question mark about that. Like, well, I've been, you're not even, I don't know. It's a very tricky thing. It's a very tricky thing. But for me, no. Boyfriend, you're not obligated to sending me money. Recently, I was having a conversation with my lovely, beautiful neighbor. Shout out to you, Gigi. I call her Gigi, but her name's Gloria. And we were talking about how when we are looking for partners, we mention all these requirements. Like this person, especially for women, when we're talking about requirements, we're like, this person must have a car, must have this. And then we're like, wait a minute. If we want this person to have a car, do we have a car? Do I have a car? So when you're looking for requirements for a person, first look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I have these things? Because you're creating a standard for yourself, which rightfully so, definitely you should have. But I also look at yourself. If you want a Christian man, you want a man that's devoted to Christ, a man that's generous, a man that's kind, a man that's this, that. What about you, baby girl? What are you kind as well? Are your finances in order as well? Do you have a car as well? So those are things we're talking about. Like, just look at yourself in the mirror before you go out and look for certain standards. And I guess it's the same thing. If you really want your boyfriend to be giving you these weekly allowances or whatever, like how is your bank account, ma'am? How is your bank account? How is it? Question. I know that I might get some hate from this, but anyway, it's just my opinion. It's my opinion. So overall, my answer, my perspective here is that no, my boyfriend is not obligated to give me money. He's not my dad. Okay? But if you change the question to, if this is boyfriend and girlfriend, when you change it to spouse, is your spouse obligated to taking care of you? Yes, he is. He is. He's the provider of the house. he is obligated to taking care of his family. Definitely, your dad is obligated to taking care because he brought you into this world. Your dad. That's why there is child support, and overseas, you are obligated to take care of your children. Come what may, you have to pay for their school fees. You have to give them food. As a parent, I mean both mothers and fathers, you're obligated to take care of your children. So yeah. Next question. Do you think some friendships naturally expire, or should people always try to hold on? This is the kind of question that doesn't need a black and white answer. It really depends on many factors. Now, yes, I do believe that certain friendships naturally expire, which is okay. We outgrow certain friendships, and it's very normal. Not because you have had a fight with this person, not because they've done something bad to you or you've done something bad to them, but you just naturally grow out of each other because you're in different seasons of your lives, and you don't require to be in each other's lives at that point. So, and that happens I've seen it mostly with especially friendships that were developed during to proximity. You used to see this person every day, and then you become friends, really good friends, and then now you are in a different country, you're going to a different province or whatever, and you don't really talk that much anymore. It's okay, like you're there for each other in that season, and then a different chapter of your lives, it's okay, it happens naturally. Some people, it just does happen like that, and it's okay. So I do believe that some friendships naturally expire, but then there are those friendships where if you're both choosing each other, yes, try and hold on to that friendship. There are moments when it's a one-sided thing and you're pulling your weight but the other person isn't, and then what, and you just let go of such a friendship. Like, it's not, so yes, there's certain friendships that naturally expire because you've outgrown each other. You go back to acquaintance level, and if you see each other again, you're like, hi, how are you? You become high friends, and it's okay, and everything is healthy, it's fine. And then there are those friendships that actually need you to fight for because they're good friendships, and maybe you've just had a misunderstanding, or let's even say like you didn't have a misunderstanding, but you really believe in this friendship, and maybe you haven't talked in a while, but you really want to try and hold on to this friendship, and you call this person, you haven't talked in like 2 months or even a very long time. You're like, hey, how are you? I know we haven't talked in a while, but I miss you. And this person's also like, man, I've been wanting to reach out to you. Let's meet. Let's try to rekindle what we had. I think it's worth fighting for. So it's really depends on the situation. It depends on the situation. Yeah. Last question. Do people actually miss you, or do they just miss access to you? I think it's a yes to both statements. There are people that genuinely miss you, and there are signs that show that they miss you. But then there are those ones that are toxic and unhealthy, where let's say, I'll give a scenario. You've ended this situationship, you've moved on, and then this person all of a sudden enters your DMs and is trying to rekindle that toxicity back into your life, and you're not having it anymore. So yeah, I would say those kinds of people only miss the access they have to you, because now you have created a boundary. You're no longer giving them access. They're trying to reach out, they're trying to call you, they're trying to send you messages like, hey, by the way, I miss the way we used to talk to each other. By the way, you look good. What? They're trying to get back into that space that they used to have you into, But yeah, I would say those kinds of people, definitely definitely only miss the access they had to you because now they no longer have it. But there are people that genuinely miss you, genuinely miss you. So yeah, those were the questions that I had for part 2. I'm wondering if I should do a last episode. Like the last episode of season 1 was fire. It was so good. People loved it, and I'm wondering if I should task myself to do a nice, to end season 2 well. So that's what's been going on in my mind. But genuinely, season 2 is basically done. But thank you so much for my listeners. Thank you guys for making it this far. I really appreciate every form of support I have received from my listeners, my pathfinders. Thank you so much. And I guess I'll see you soon. Good luck.